For cheap D2R items, visit aoeah.com. You get 3% off with the code Arreat. Check the link in the description. Hello and welcome everybody. The time has come for another video about the game mechanics, and today we'll take a look at the various affixes that can roll on items. I will set a focus on weapons and armors, discussing the probability of different mods to roll. I'll also explain exactly how the color mods work. My data source is a nice Affix calculator tool, which I've linked in the description below. There you can select all possible prefixes and suffixes for all different item types. And in addition to probabilities and color codes, you'll also get lots of other interesting info, such as the level requirement a character must meet to use the item, as well as the affix level and the minimum item level. This information is especially important for crafters and gamblers or LLD PvP players. First, let's talk about the color mods, since this topic is quickly explained. As you already know from my videos about valuable armors and helmets, several mods bring different color tones to the items. A roll of 31% life or more, for example, adds a red color scheme to armors and helmets. The internal color code is crystal red. On a weapon, you will get this color by a roll of at least 6% life or mana leech. Since style is an important thing for many players, colors can greatly increase the value of an item. On a rare item, up to 6 different affixes can roll, 3 prefixes and 3 suffixes. When a rare item drops, the mods are assigned one after the other, and 2 points are crucial here. The mod that rolls first determines the color, but suffixes always have priority and override the colors of prefixes. So if both colorful prefixes and suffixes roll, the first color giving suffix dominates. A clear example with this Shaco: if the suffixes for life and nova roll on it, it becomes red or blue, depending on which of the two rolled first. If no color giving suffix rolls, the same Shaco becomes white by the Visio mod or golden brown by the Godly mod, whichever came first. Now about the probabilities. I made this overview for the most popular weapon affixes, which should be easy to understand. The Cruel mod, for example, can roll from 201% enhanced damage up to 300%, and you can see the probabilities for several discrete values. Rolling at least 201% has a chance of 1 in 143, for 250% or more it's 1 in 279, 290% ED or higher has a chance of 1 in 1296, and a perfect roll of 300% you get 1 in 14,253. The exact chances can slightly vary by the weapon type. I just picked the values of a Colossus sword here. Other weapons may have more or less affixes in the pool, so the probability also varies. So the chance of getting a high ED roll is quite low yet, but still that's not all we need for a badass weapon. At least we also wanna roll the Fool's mod in addition, or the Master's mod. Of course, adds like attack speed, self-repair or 2 open sockets are very welcome here as well, so the probabilities of all those mods will multiply. Let's check out 2 examples. I wanna imbue an ethereal Colossus sword at Charcy by her quest reward. What are my chances to get the Fool's mod and 290% ED or more, as well as self-repair, 2 sockets and 40% IAS? Multiplying the values from the table, we get a chance of 1 in 886,152,960. But this is not the final value, we also have to consider 2 more points here. Number 1, an item never can have 2 or more affixes from the same group, so you cannot have the prefixes Cruel and Massive on the same item. After one affix was set, there will be less choice for the further ones. This fact slightly increases our chances. If you wonder why Cruel and Masters mod can roll on the same item, it is just two different groups. One group contains prefixes that only add enhanced damage, the other group contains prefixes which add damage and also attack rating. Number 2. When a rare item drops, the game generates 3 to 6 affixes, one after the other. With every affix, there is an RNG roll either if it will be a prefix or a suffix. As long as there is still room for both types, the probability here is 50 to 50. For our sword we need at least 5 affixes, there must be 3 prefixes and 2 or 3 suffixes. So the chance adds up to 12.5% or 1 in 8. This chance also must be considered for our calculation. But don't worry, when using the calculator you don't need any manual calculations, you just need to set the affixes. I just want to make clear how the process works. In total we will have a chance of 1 in 2.4 billion to get the target sword from Charcy. As it does not matter if it repairs 1 durability in 20 or in 33 seconds, I added up the probabilities for the two mods self-repair and restoration. When dropping a rare Colossus sword from a monster, we only have 1 in 20 chance that it will be ethereal, so the chance multiplies to 1 in 48 billion. To calculate the chance for a certain monster to drop this sword, we have to consider 2 more factors. The chance for different monsters to drop a certain item type can be found in a drop calculator like on D2 Max Roll. It also contains the chance for a drop to become rare, according to the configured magic find value. So in total, the chance to get a certain item from a certain monster is very low. But for this reason, you go kill masses of mobs to generate a huge amount of drops, and in case of elite monsters and bosses, you do a higher amount of runs. At a magic find value of 200%, the chance for Diablo himself to drop that rare ethereal sword is about 1 in 19.2 trillion. The chance for a cow to drop this weapon is even lower, of course. It's about 1 in 7.2 quadrillion. So that's a 7 and a 2 followed by 14 zeros. That's the average amount of cows you have to kill to get that sword. For the second example we'll take a look at the legendary mallet which is known to be the most expensive weapon in the game, Wraith Crack. The chance to get this from a Charcy imbue is 1 in 8,909,608,903. So let's round this to 1 in 9 billion. The chance for a rare drop having those properties is about 1 in 180 billion, and the chance for Diablo to drop it depends on the magic find value again. For no magic find bonus it's 1 in 1.5 quadrillion, for 200% MF it's 1 in 880 trillion. Comparing those chances to the drop rates of rare unique items, you can understand why such trophies are worth that much. By the way, the chance for cruel weapons with up to 450% enhanced damage is even much lower than for Fool's weapons. While the Fool's mod always is the same, the Master's mod can roll from 101 to 150% ED and from 151 to 250 attack rating. So this mod adds 2 different properties which both roll in quite a large range, leading to very low chances for max rolls here. Imbuing a mallet similar to Wraith Crack with at least 440% ED and 200 AR has a chance of about 1 in 226 billion. So let's forget about the chances for a discrete drop here. But I made another affix table for body armors according to the same scheme. All this was very much effort, so apologize that I can't deliver this for every item class. Use the calculator to find the statistics to any item It also works for magic and crafted items. This video just should help you to get into the matter. Finally, we also calculate the chance to get a rare melee armor with 2 open sockets. So when imbuing an ethereal sacred armor with a high base defense roll, we aim for 3 different mods. We need the prefixes Godly and Mechanics for high ED and 2 open sockets, and we need the suffix Self-Repair or Restoration. 2 facts are nice here: the amount of affixes we need is lower, and except for the Godly mod, the affixes are constant. As Godly can roll from 101 to 200% enhanced defense, it is much more difficult to get high defense than getting 2 open sockets or self-repair. Getting out the 180% ED ERAP 2 open socket armor from Charcy Imbue has a chance of about 1 in 100,000. In comparison, that's not too bad at all. If we also wanna get a nice red color, it's about 1 in 2 million. I added up the chances for the suffixes Mammoth and Colossus, and also for self-repair or restoration. So we end up with an armor that has at least plus 31 life and repairs 1 durability in 20 or 33 seconds. But the chance of finding a high defense armor from monsters is much more difficult. As for armor parts, the base defense value also rolls in quite a long range. So better use the Charcy Imbue for ethereal elite body armors with high defense, like Sacred Armor or Shadow Plate. You only need to be lucky with 3 affixes here, and you can make sure to only imbue items with a high base defense value. I say goodbye at this point, take care, and may the loot be with you.
Follow me. Come on. Thank you. Goodbye.